Hi everyone. Here's the video for the practice quiz. I'm sorry I'm in a big hurry today. I had a meeting that went much longer. That's why I didn't get to see you at Conversation Cafe. And I'm sorry I missed you. But I want to review this like you requested for our test tomorrow. So we already did number 1 and 2. And let's look at number 3. Her two cousins had seen the play last night. The problem here is that had seen is the past perfect. But to use the past perfect, we need two past events. This sentence only has one, and it's talking about last night. One past event, so we just use the simple past. So don't use this past perfect too much. Number 4, they had arrived in San Diego by the time I had gotten there. This is not correct, the problem here with had gotten is that in the time clause, which is like by the time or since, we need to just use the simple past. We already have the past perfect here, so we just need the simple past. So this means this happened and this happened before. Okay, I had loved snow, but I have been hating it since I came to the United States. Again, they use the past perfect, but we don't need the past perfect because it's not before another event. So we just change it to I loved snow. We know now the person doesn't love snow anymore. Okay, number 6, how long have you, number 5, I'm sorry, this is my mistake. There's a different way to fix it, and instead you could fix I have hated it. Instead of I have been hating, if you said I have hated it, that would actually be okay. I would accept that answer because maybe you thought hate is not a progressive verb, so that would be okay. How long you have had your driver's license. This word is a word order problem. So with this one, we need to say how long have you had your driver's license. So always do the helping verb, subject, and then the main verb in a question. Number 7, has your friend finished college yet? The question is with has, so the answer should be yes, he has. Last one, we all had breakfast before we come to school this morning. This is a present verb, but we need a past verb. We came to school and then the past perfect before that. Okay, so some of these are the other questions that we already discussed in class. And so I'm not going to review those again for the writing, but just always check which tense is the question and try to use that tense in your answer. Okay, part 3, we're going to fill in the blanks, and we have already done number 1 through 3 in class, so let's look at number 4. I have already had several interviews, but I haven't found a job yet. So both of these verbs are in the present perfect because they are talking about from some time in the past till now. They also use the key word yet. Yet shows us that that we need to use present perfect. So I have, and already also, of course. So I have already had, but I haven't found. Number 5, my uncle is 16 years old and has been a store manager for 30 years. So when we see that for 30 years, that time phrase, we need to use present perfect. We can't use present perfect progressive because we don't use be. Like we can't say has been being. That's wrong. We don't use be in the progressive. Recently, he has been thinking about retiring. If you put he has thought of retiring, it's possible. But because it says recently and we get the idea that it's temporary and recent, that's why we would want to use the present perfect progressive because it's short term and temporary. It's only recently. He's been a store manager for so long, but only recently he's been thinking differently. Number 6, I registered late for this class. My classmates had learned for a week when I went to the classroom for the first time. So here you see when, which is one of our keywords for past perfect, and we see another past event, which is went. So that happened, but this happened before my classmates had learned. So that's 1, that's 2. So we have to use 2 past events. We use the one with past perfect for the one that happened first. Number 7. Had you learned English by the time you started level 3 at Harper College? Very good. So here we have by the time, also a keyword for past perfect. Here we have started in the simple past, so our other verb needs to be in the past perfect. Had you learned? And number 8, how many times has she seen her doctor this year? She has seen him only once. So usually our questions with how many times, that's the third use of the present perfect, and once, also the third use of the present perfect. Okay? Okay, and now we're going to talk about this last part. There are many different answers that you can use here. So before we take the quiz, I'm happy to answer any specific questions that you have. So since 27, we already did number 1 and 2. They have been living here for, you need a period of time, 6 years, 6 months, 1 week, whatever you think. I was late for class. This is simple past, so you could say yesterday or last week. Many different answers are possible. Number 5, before I moved to Chicago, I had already visited Washington, D.C. So here we have 2 past events. One has the past perfect. The other one should be in the simple past. Don't forget the subject. If you said before 2000, like 2001 or a year, that would also be okay. Last one, 6, what have you been studying? You could say recently or lately would be the best ways to complete this sentence. So I know this video was very fast. I hope it was still helpful. And I would be happy during class to answer any questions that you have before we take the test. Good luck. Hope you're doing well. Bye.